MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Defensive Player of the Year Victor Wembanyama headlining the first team. The three other first-teamers, Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, and Cade Cunningham, all finished with the top five in MVP voting. For the second and third team, All-NBA Jaylen Brown led the way, averaging career-high numbers, while Tyrese Maxey led the third team All-NBA. Did the voters get the All-NBA teams right? Wendy, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't really think, and Jaylen Brown's probably not feeling this way, but I don't really think there was much controversial decisions in this particular group of All-NBA. There was 6 candidates for the 5 spots on the first team. Let's just be honest. There were 6 good candidates. And frankly, it was, if there's any complaint, you could say that the NBA gave a waiver to Luka Doncic and Cade Cunningham so that they, even though they didn't play 65 games, they were allowed to be included. I don't have a problem with that. I put them both on first team, but you know, if something was wronged, it was that Jaylen Brown did play 65 games and those other guys didn't. It came down to Cade Cunningham versus Jaylen Brown for the 5th spot. Cade Cunningham got 60 first-team votes. Jaylen Brown got 44. That's close, but it's not razor thin. That's the only thing. I think the Knicks fans are annoyed that Karl Towns didn't make third team. Jalen Duren was awesome down the stretch of the season, and Chet Holmgren was excellent down the stretch of the season. Today, if the vote was taken, it might be different. But I don't think it was super controversial, to be honest.
Stephen A.
No real controversy. The folks that were there were worthy. I did marvel at the fact that I saw Jaylen Brown on his podcast on Twitch, whatever it was, talking about how he didn't make first team because players, teams, media doesn't like him. Hey, Wendy, I wonder where he heard that before. That's what I've been saying. I mean, he damn near quoted me, for crying out loud. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say I felt that way. I just said that's what was being said. And lo and behold, he doesn't make the NBA first team, and he basically quotes me. But that's neither here nor there. He was an MVP candidate. He makes a legitimate argument that he deserved to be first team All-NBA. There was a slight drop-off once Jason Tatum arrived, but there was also a slight drop-off with Cade Cunningham because he got injured, and he was out for those games, with the lung issue. And so, you can make a legitimate argument about that, but it's kind of hard to argue looking at the teams and looking at where guys were placed, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, nip and tuck, you got to go back and forth. Detroit was the number 1 seed. They did win 60 games. Cade Cunningham proved to be a star in the 3 matchups he won against Boston this year. He won 2 of them. They won 2 of them against Boston. So you could take those kind of things into consideration as well. And in Jalen Brunson's case, even though he was an absolute stud, you still looked at him and said, hey, even though you're a stud and all of that, we get that part. The flip side to it, however, is that Detroit was the number 1 seed. Boston was the number 2 seed. And then out west, even though you look at Luka, who was averaging damn near 40 during the stretch, earlier in the season, he was still great, but he wasn't doing what he was doing when they went on a tear. And then he obviously got injured late in the season and stuff like that. So there's a lot of arguments to be made, but I don't think there's anything controversial here.
That third team stinks. I mean, could you put the third team up again, please? That team is, they should do it after the playoffs almost. I mean, Duren, I know they won 60 games, but really, we're going to put him on a third team. I mean, Jamal Murray, did we see him against Minnesota when he was awful? Jalen Johnson of the Hawks. I mean, Holmgren. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns.
These guys all had spectacular years, dog.
Oh, come on. Those 5 are the top 15 players in the league? Those 5. If I'm doing a top 15 players, those 5 deserve to be there.
Your point is fair here because there were a number of players who were invalidated because they didn't play 65 games. So you're going to argue that the third team is a little watered down because of it? I would agree with you. They're not 15th. They're not the top 15 players. But none of these guys egregiously is on this team. And actually none of the votes weren't close. Chet Holmgren was well ahead of anybody else.
Where is Karl Anthony Towns? How is he not on the team?
He didn't make it.
He played 65 games, didn't he?
He didn't make it. These are the notable players that are ineligible for All-NBA. Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And let me ask you a question. How come Doncic gets a break? I can understand Cunningham had a collapsed lung. That's something. How come Doncic gets a break?
Because he went for the birth of his child.
Oh, is that the reason?
He went to
Slovenia for the birth of his child. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Okay, I can't say anything.
Don't give Doggy
You
a
shut
vote
me up
on
for a
this.
change,
Don't
Mr.
give
Winters.
Doggy a vote on this,
You
clearly.
shut me up.
Coming up, the Knicks are on the brink of a trip. You know, a lot has changed since the last time the Knicks made the NBA Finals. The number one song was Believe by Cher. The number one movie was The Phantom Menace. The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin headlined WrestleMania 15. LeBron James had just dunked for the first time. 14 years old. Game 4 between the Knicks and Cavs is tonight, with the Knicks just one win away from the NBA Finals. How crucial is I'm hearing in my ear, and our producer was not even born yet. Okay. How crucial is tonight's game for New York? Wendy, you're up first. How crucial is it?
Well, look, first off, they've been great in their two closeout opportunities. Atlanta and Philly, they smashed them. So they obviously a team that understands it. Secondly, I think that other series is headed for 7. We've already seen multiple players from both teams go down in that series or limp into the finish. If New York wants to win the championship, they're going to be probably the underdog in that series. Get yourself to the finals. Don't risk any injuries. Get your rest in and let the other guys bash their heads in against each other. I think this team has shown incredible maturity and focus through this postseason. If they lose tonight, it might be because the Cavs hit 60% of their threes and Kenny Atkinson will be waving his spreadsheet and pointing at all of us. But if that, make it be that case. Don't be because you let down. And I don't think the Knicks will. I think they'll come in ready to go.
Knicks will come in ready to go. They will win tonight convincingly. But the question is, how crucial is tonight's game for the Knicks? It's only crucial if health is the issue. You certainly don't want to expose yourself because while playing the games, anything could happen. So you want to finish your business as quickly and expeditiously as possible so you can get on with the business of trying to win a championship in the NBA Finals. Okay? In other words, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that the New York Knicks are winning this series in 5 games as a worst case scenario. The Cleveland Cavaliers are not coming to Madison Square Garden for game 5 Wednesday night and winning. It's not happening. Okay, it's not happening. So because of that, it's all a matter of tonight. And the way the New York Knicks have been flowing, as merciless as they have been against inferior competition, Doggy, albeit true, it's inferior competition that they have made look inferior. The bottom line is this: you need to handle your business because you don't need to be putting yourself in a position where you could potentially incur an injury that may compromise you come NBA Finals, because you need all your horses ready to go. The best way to ensure that is to win the night. Think about it. What if the New York Knicks had a tougher series against the Philadelphia 76ers? Then and OG Anunoby might have been compromised. It might have been a problem. But it wasn't, because the New York Knicks made easy work of the 76ers, and then they turned around and they got about 9 to 10 days rest. And that's why OG Anunoby is on the court right now. They got to think about those things.
Yeah, I'm with you guys 100%. I think the Knicks will win tonight. I think the Cavs will give you an effort, but I think the Knicks will win tonight. Is it a big deal if they lose? No, because you're right, Steve. They'll win game 5. But the Knicks got a lot of momentum right now. They got a long winning streak. They feel very good about themselves. You don't want to have anything upset that. So what the heck? Finish the deal. I think Wendy's 100% right. They've done a good job in those spots against Atlanta and, of course, Philly previously. And I think, that finals, the Knicks are going to be a dangerous team in that final. I mean, I am not disputing that. They are going to be a pain in the neck. I think that 7-game war in the West will help them a little bit. I don't think they're going to win the final, but they're going to win a couple games. They are going to be a pain in the neck. You don't want to have to think too much about finishing this team off until, Wednesday. Get them done tonight. I'd be surprised if they don't.
Okay, so if they do sweep and they win tonight, then they would have 9 days off, as Wendy pointed out, so the exact same amount of time that they had off between these two series. So ample time for rest. Quickly, we only have 30 seconds. One word: who wins tonight, Cleveland or New York? Wendy, you're first.
I don't make predictions.
Okay, Stephen A., go ahead.
Sorry.
2 words: Knicks convincingly.
I'll leave the convincingly out there due to lose one.
There's a stunner.
I'll say tight, but the Knicks will get through and get to an NBA final. First time since 90.
I heard you trying to get in there, Wendy. You said no
Over,
predictions.
y'all.
You don't get to chime.
It's over.
All right, good.
You're gonna say, handle your business
I'm
tonight.
stunned. I'm